is just fantastic. Captain's Log, Subdates 210301.5. This is a public service announcement. There will be no Captain's Log today, owing to the nature of the subject matter I would like to cover. Welcome to the bridge, everyone. As you can see, yes, we have new digs, they are updated, we are looking fly. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, what we're going to discuss involves one creator who many of us looked up to, who has fundamentally lied and gone to extreme lengths to do so as to avoid simply admitting fault, which has led to fallout that then by extension again tarnishes the commentary community. I'm getting sick and tired of people not being able to simply admit when they're wrong, and when they do finally admit they are wrong, they only do so because they told others within the commentary community they lied. And because the commentary community do have a habit of calling their own out, yeah, we're gonna do that. To do this, we need to go back to the start, which would involve this Reddit post. This guy is bad news. A while back, right after I interviewed with him for a Minecraft documentary, he changed his profile picture and name on Discord to mine, and started DMing people pretending to be me. He sent people the N-word, and a lot of other stuff, as well as said sexual stuff while claiming that it was me, and giving his main Twitter to, air quotes, vouch and air quotes, where he would then from his main Twitter vouch that it was me and say that we were amazing friends and link the documentary to prove it. Once I confronted him about it, very nicely given the circumstances, he said his friend had hacked his account and done it. I didn't reply to him and unfollowed him, and I don't think he is super fond of me since then. Until I read the comment underneath, I genuinely had no idea who it was about. Dream, for those who don't know, is a monstrous Minecraft YouTube channel with over 18 million subscribers now. They have seen growth akin to that of T-Series, with some rather jammy speedruns. Not going to be drawn in on that. With the comment underneath, we got confirmation that this was in fact about John Swan. Beyond John's documentary videos, I know very little about the commentary community these days. I do of course follow Tipster, but that's because he's eye candy. But going into that little rabbit hole would be quite a distraction and or segue. Back on topic. Upon seeing the thread, John Swan decided to comment on it via Twitter. The problem here is, I don't have the Twitter thread. The reason why is because John, like a number of other commentary YouTubers that use Twitter, who post potentially copyrighted material or material that others deem offensive, on a weekly basis erase all their tweets, so as to avoid losing their accounts. BoBlacks though did cover this, so the tweets are there. But this is the first one. Dream has made accusations about me on Reddit to try and smear my credibility, so I will respond here in detail to ensure that everything is perfectly clear. The following screenshots were taken off BoBlacks' video called Dream Calls Out Another YouTuber. I will link that video and other videos he has done on the subject down below. Back probably a year ago, I was visiting some family friends. One of the guys I was talking to was much younger than me and wanted to know about YouTube and what I did to make videos. Since I didn't have my PC with me, I logged into Discord on his laptop and showed him some things that I had screenshotted and sent other people. Before I left, I foolishly didn't log out of my account. He decided it would be a good idea to start trolling on my account with his friends and use an alt account as well as my account to have conversations with about 3 different people. One of these was Harley TBS, linked their channel as well down below. He used an alt account, changed its name and profile picture to Dream, and started saying some really strange stuff. It was like 12-year-old humor. I was told the N-word was said, but I've seen no evidence of that. But I did find convos about a Minecraft sex mod and other weird stuff. As soon as I found out about it, I logged out of my Discord on all accounts and called up the parents of the guy who was involved. I spoke to him and explained to him how this stuff could have great impacts on other people, but he was young and didn't get it. But I did get him to change the account back and cease his conversations. As far as I know, he only messaged one person as Dream, that being Harley TBS, since he was the only person that was engaging at the time. That's the context of the situation, which I explained to Dream, albeit in much less detail. Really screwed up that he would try to twist it like this. There was no vouching on my main Twitter as well. That is just a lie, and did not happen. This was exclusively Discord. To present the story that this was some big thing, where I would message multiple people as Dream to try and ruin him, is categorically untrue. It just shows his true character. Unsurprisingly, when this all came out, up to that point, many commentary channels took the side with a level of skepticism as a professional courtesy to a friend. So they did not say that Dream was right or wrong. Some did. Those videos are no longer around, but we are skipping ahead a little there. Keemstar did try to set up an interview, but John Swan refused. Not going to be drawn in on whether or not he was right to do it, but he does reference a manager. We'll talk about that person later as well, as this does seem a bit weird. The following creators did defend John Swan. That would be Nick DeOrio, Tipster, Boblax, Augie, and Harley TBS, who could vouch for certain messages. Def Noodles, not surprisingly, took it as a sign that he could attack those that have been critical of him, because he can't handle criticism, but he has to be center of attention, so he calls John Swan alt-right. Now, I covered that last week. Do try and ignore any interaction with Def Noodles in this. If you have been paying attention, it is just a very salty man trying to turn the attention onto himself, because that's all he has. And if he doesn't like it, don't worry, you will all be blocked. As time went by, lines were being drawn. Keemstar believed Dream, and he outright called out anyone who defended John Swan over this. And there's a point to that. We'll get to it soon, I promise. So John Swan released a 12-page Google Doc. For the sake of it, it is archived and linked down below. This document would serve as John Swan's way of proving his innocence and debunking everything, right? Does anyone get a Turkey Tom feel from this? Yes. Well, in it, he does in fact go through everything. The start of the drama. In fact, that Reddit post only happened because John Swan retweeted Moist Critical being critical of Dream. Dream's initial response from a Q&A, a Twitch stream where Dream did one to over 300,000 people going over the allegations, screenshots, which would include messages from Harley, language analysis comparing DMs from kids to ones that he found in a server, claiming that the usage of certain words lined up with John Swan. Basically, it looked like a very thorough document, but sadly, there were a number of those who were on John Swan's side who were already starting to feel a little bit, there's a reason for that, but we'll get to that soon, I promise. Needless to say, this document, much like Turkey Tom's Paracynical document, didn't go down very well. Oh, and I do want to throw this in now. John Swan accused a number of creators of being clout chasers. That would include Harley, for instance, who has been very vocal on Twitter in video form against you.
I can't help but point out the fact that he hasn't apologised to me for the fact that he slandered me, called me a clout chaser and a flip-flopper, tried to bring up my pyro situation to scapegoat and put all the hate that he was getting onto me and tried to discredit all of my arguments against him. May I just point out how that kid, I'm going to call him a kid because he's a child, tried to go against me and tried to give me shit for the fact that I called him out.
Do I need to insert Willie Mack in here as well?
Yo, John, what the f*** is this, man? Alright, so you lie about Pie Man, you make this, you basically call him a and you don't own up to that for 2 months, till I blow it up on Twitter. I had to corner you to get you to make this apology to Pie Man, and you go what? You go ahead and you give me no credit for it. You say you just do it on your own, even though 2 days earlier, You were literally laughing at him on stream.
Link to both their channels also down below. I might make this a pinned comment of decent people who you should subscribe to. Sadly, John Swan is no longer on that list. He did a fantastic job exposing Chris Hansen and Susie Liu. They're now working together. Do you want to know why? Because the very people that had been on the fence, those that were friends of John's, those that trusted John, had been lied to. We found this out courtesy of Nick Diorio, who put out a Twitter statement indicating that he had privated his videos on the subject because it was the right thing to do, and that he had proof John Swan admitted in DMs to being the person sending those very inappropriate messages. So this rather elaborate lie had come crumbling and tumbling down. You end up with Twitter statements from Tipster, who has removed his video and made a video on Saturday, very openly and publicly apologizing to Dream. A statement from Dream, holding commentary YouTubers to account. Augie, who had left Twitter, came back for a little while to make his own statement. Kavos annihilated John Swan. Keemstar annihilated John Swan.
John Swan, this is not going to work, all right? You making this post saying, you know what, guys, I'm sorry I let you all down and I lied to everybody. You know, I kept digging myself in a deeper hole and, you know, I'm taking accountability now. The title of this is Taking Accountability. No, the only reason why you are even admitting that you're lying now is because you were cornered. There was evidence. There was proof. Tro, who knew this whole time, who said nothing, right, was telling other people the truth, and then they exposed those conversations with Tro, and then you got cornered with proof.
And Ricky Berwick said this.
Go on.
Oh, and Def Noodles made it all about himself because that's his thing, you know. This is an incredibly disappointing situation, but he did put out an apology, so I thought we can go through that. Hello everyone. As a commentator, my credibility is important to me. Unfortunately, I have let you all down. There is no excuse for what I did, and I take full responsibility. I wish I could have made a video, but I am currently traveling, and not in the position to do so. I was messing around on Discord about a year back with a friend of mine. I had 6,000 subs and I thought nothing of it. This somehow got back to Dream and I didn't expect it to. I panicked. I told a lie and I thought it would never get brought up again. I was wrong. Dream's Reddit post came out and I was completely in shock. I panicked again and I made my thread digging myself into a deeper hole. I thought it would look really bad if people thought I was impersonating a YouTuber, even though it was so small and inconsequential at the time. But I understand now that lying about something on as big of a scale as this is indefensible. Time after time I messed up. I should have just said it was me all along, but I didn't. I dug myself deeper and deeper and I got caught up with everything. I lied about a massive creator and I'm sorry. There is no excuse, there is no need to defend me. I was brutally wrong and I am sorry for lying to you all. I am especially sorry to Dream for everything I did. Lying at the expense of someone else's credibility is one of the worst things a creator can do. Once again, there is no excuse. I understand if it makes you lose respect for me. In fact, I would be shocked if it didn't. I messed up on such a large scale that I don't know if I'm capable of anyone's forgiveness. But I will try my best to earn my respect back. I have let you all down. I am ashamed and disappointed in myself and I am sorry. I will be taking time off social media to process everything. I will return at some point, but I don't know when. In the meantime, stay safe and healthy. I also want to apologize to the people that stuck their neck out to defend me. People like Nick, Augie, Boblax, Tipster, Optimus, and others. I lied directly to their faces and put everyone's credibility in danger. I did not consider how this might have affected them, but I should have. Once again, there is no excuse for what I did. And you are absolutely right. But it took so much for you to put this out there. I don't know how you're going to earn that respect back, but again, that is done between the individuals you have referenced. You are right as well, that this does bleed out into other creators, and their credibility, but this is a level of arrogance. You say you dug a hole and panicked. Others would say, you got cocky and believed you didn't have to right a wrong. which is how it looks. Also, Crow thinks this has something to do with your manager, maybe telling you to make that statement. He might have a point. As far as your credibility goes as a creator, I'm not entirely sure if you're going to have any if you do come back. Taking time off to process everything? No. You're going to go to a cave and you're going to hide there for a while. I am going to finish this video by showing something you've said to another person that you accused of being a sex offender. Oddly enough, it's something that another creator I've done an exhibition of stupid people on said to someone else. That person was Gabe the Samurai, now Happy Blobfish Productions, who also had a penchant for inappropriate behavior.
You need some help, right? You need to go, you need to log off. You need to like leave online settings because you cannot have a public platform when you've admitted to this stuff. And this stuff is going to haunt you now, forever online. Like you've said that, that's come out. People are always going to know that the people are going to know. That's what you're going to be known for.